We'll start in just a couple minutes, guys. Alright, guys, what is up? Start a Starship EVO spot on your Discord. Oh yeah, true. I haven't created a channel for it yet on there. It's just like KSP and stuff. Because originally I was a KSP creator. That was where I started. Uh, that's what I did all those years ago when I first began. So I've been working on some logic examples. These are going to be all for my final chapter of the Big Survival Ultimate Survival Guide. Oh yeah, dream big. You had to leave early last night. Check out where the ship ended up with all of our building. I'm gonna keep going. I'm actually gonna copy paste and rip off these sides and put them on rotors and piston or rotors and hinges so they can tilt and rotate and turn them into giant VTOL engines for the vessel. Yeah. Yeah, no, KSP is really fun. I played it for so many years. I'm gonna do that right now, actually. I need to replace this top bit with normal pyramid because it was driving me nuts. I keep looking at this windshield and that one piece is bothering me. My OCD. Okay, there we go. Now it looks good. Yeah, this ended up turning out a really wicked profile so far. So yeah, like these are going to be detached. There's vents. The weapons are going to be mounted inside here. Going to be had some big cannons. And there's a vent system I made in here. I'm gonna go in here. You have it like an angled back, and then I use the flat panels, and then we have just a glow block on the back. And the light cruise engines are going to be mounted into the back. They'll be rounded off after they're remounted onto the rotor hinge. And yeah, that would be an idea. So here's my examples. I'm just working on cockpit examples first. So this is all going to be a logic-based chapter. It's the final chapter of the video, and it's kind of be like the ending point for everybody after they've learned everything else. So I started with a ordinary, you know, this has the XOR, the XOR kind of thing, or YOR or whatever. I can't remember what it's actually called, but XOR, I think. And then that lets you get an input from both, or like as many buttons or whatever you want. And then we just have the sequencer just connected to the rotor. So this is just the simple hatch. Like, you know, you can open your hatch from the outside, you can go inside, sit in your seat, and then you're in your ship, man, you can close the hatch. The most simple design. So, I mean, this is the most basic starting point for something like that. I mean, you just have a multi stage, and I mean it's really simple. So how the sequencers work, a lot of people don't get it. So 90, so you look here, it's 0 to 180, but if you look here, the hinge, it reads 90 to 0 to minus 90, you know, it reads totally differently. It doesn't go to 180. So how these sequencers work, 90 is actually 0. 0 is like minus 90, or I mean, is 90, I mean. And then minus 90 would be 180. So if you go to 180, then you would have the hinge go to minus 90 and it would flip all the way back. So that's how it works. 90 is the 0 point on a sequencer. That is actually 0. That is 90 degrees. And then minus 90 would be that. That is how a sequencer works. And it's very odd, but I mean, that's just how it works. And as soon as you understand that, those sequencers are way easier. The second one is a volumetric sensor. This is the automatic door when you get close. So you walk up to it or fly up to it, and there you go. It automatically opens, and then you get in, and you can just shut the door. And there you go. Very simple. And then when you get out of the seat and you get far enough away, it will automatically close. So how this one works is we have a volumetric sensor that is put down here, and you change the values on the volumetric sensor, and you can see it changes this square radius. When I enter this square radius, the door opens. So how this one works is we basically are taking, so the volumetric sensor is plugged into this event gate, and the event gate is reading signal are a player inside the field, because the event gate can read like any component basically, and there's all kinds of different values you can read from. And then the event gate is going into that same thing, the XOR, the XOR or whatever, and that lets you input from either the volumetric sensor or the button inside the cockpit. And then it goes into a timer that is put to half a second, and then that timer goes and activates the sequencer, which is set exactly like the other one. So Uh, kind of like a shipyard area. Yeah, kind of like the shipyard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, you know what's so weird about YouTube, like YouTube chat and all that, is the little heart notification, like you know, like the thing where you can react at the bottom right. It like cuts off people's text, so I can't even read the rest of your message at the very bottom message. It like cuts off to like two words. It's so odd, that little react thing. I mean, I like the little react thing. It's cool you can do that, but I've always thought that's weird about YouTube chat. So yeah, so that's the second one, and this is also a very simple one. The volumetric sensor is really cool. So that is like the automatic door. And then the third one I was gonna do is gonna be basically this same combo, but I will have an like the AI alert system. Yeah, like, see what I mean? Yeah, it's so weird. I don't understand. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna do this same setup. I'm gonna get the volumetric sensor, put it down here, and we gotta set it up again. So I kind of show you how it's set up. There we go. We're gonna keep getting close to this other one. So basically, these values you change are gonna change the size of the square. And so we're just gonna zero out all the minimums for now. You're gonna see the square is gonna start changing where it is and its direction. Let's go 1 here. So you can kind of see it's getting scooted back. Now let's go 1 on that side, 1 on this side, and kind of just keep experimenting so you can kind of see where it is now. So let's go 0 on that side, -3 here. Okay, no, not -3 there. It's I think this axis, -3. No, wrong one too. Or actually, no, it is right. It's just this one. So 3. There we go. So now it's from the front, and it's kind of off center. You can probably make it more by like changing one of these to like 1. Oh, no, that's just gonna raise it up. So I think this one maybe to 1. No, this right one. Let's go here. Oh no, that isn't right. -1. There we go. See? So you just kind of get experiment around with the volumetric sensor to get your box right. I wish it was like the shipyard, you can just stretch it around, you know? Because the shipyard is actually pretty intuitive how it works. So we're gonna go ahead and get the event gate down. Okay. So this event gate is going to be triggering 2 signals this time. Okay. So we got this player inside field. And you can also do it for entity inside field. So for example, you got some like ore or something nearby, you can make it where a collector pops out. So we're gonna go ahead and put that logic gate in, set it up the same way, the XOR. We're gonna get a timer gate, and the timer gate's gonna activate 2 things. It's going to activate the warning message too. And then you just press F. You can type your warning message, and there's even icons. You could do the same thing as like the screen. So if you wanted, you could have so I was going to have my own AI to sum it up for the systems. So like you could say, welcome back, Captain. Go like that. Just make it HUD message, or you can make it a window. You can just kind of do whatever. So it will say that when you get back, and then we go back to the sequencer. I mean, honestly, it's really just about inserting that warning, and you can do different. Yeah, that's how it talks to you. You use these warning messages. It's actually pretty simple. That's the funny part. So And the more you use these, the more you can like have an AI system tell you things. Just all about labeling and stuff like that. So you can see that rotor's at 90. We want to do on state is 90, off state is 0. And then we can do even 3 for this. We could have this button, and then all of these can connect together. So this button can go into the logic gate. The volumetric sensor goes into the logic gate, which is already connected, I believe. No, it's connected into the event gate, I mean. The event gate goes into the logic gate. And then you could have, so when it goes, anytime anything from the logic gate activates it, it will activate the timer. The timer will have a 1.5 second delay. It will activate the message, and it will activate the thing now. So let's see if it works. We just gotta fly up to it, and it should do it. So I'm not seeing the message pop up, sadly. Interesting. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so it did it, but it did it in reverse. This, you can change, of course, the color, the scaling of the text. So it did it in reverse. Maybe I gotta separate. I think I should separate the timer. So have a second timer. Because I'm still learning this whole warning message thing too. So let me get a second timer right there. So this logic gate is going to activate 2 timers. So it's going to activate this one and that one. This timer is not connected to that. This timer is. So this one is at 0.5, which is opening the door. And then the welcome back, Captain, is going to happen at 2 seconds. Because you want to wait longer before you, like, you're closer, where like you're in the cockpit. So now let's see what happens. So if we go up to it, we get in our seat. And in theory, it should tell us. No, it's not working. It's only seeming to work whenever the logic gate is activated. Let me see if it activates here. No, I'm not seeming to get anything until I deactivate the logic gate. You'll see here, then it starts the timer. Yep. So I might need to change something. What is stopping it from triggering? Let me see if I have to. So, what's the difference on Windows and a HUD message? HUD message is, I guess, reset time. So what is this, maybe? Oh, 3 seconds? Maybe we should put a reset time on it. I'm still learning these things, so that's one of the reasons I'm doing the live stream, is to kind of experiment around. What if the logic gate was connected straight to it instead of running it through a timer? Let's just see. Oh wait, I think I understand what I need to do. I need to connect the message straight to the volumetric system. What am I thinking? I think I know exactly what I need to do. I need to connect it into this. I don't think the timer is necessary. So now, when it detects me getting close, the volumetric sensor, it should activate the message. Nope. It's not doing it! That is unfortunate. I was getting it to work. And that's interesting. It maybe doesn't show you the message unless you're in the seat. So maybe let's run it through a timer again. This is all about experimentation, guys. It's the only way you learn logic. Have to link it to this. Oh. This is the thing, I want it connected to the volumetric system, which I think you could do. So now let's run it through the timer. Make the timer 0 point. We'll just make it 1 second. And so when it detects me close by, could I run this? Oh, I could run it through. Okay. So what if I had a double? Maybe I need 2 event gates and then just run it through a separate event gate. Let's just test this one first, running through a timer here and see if that works. All right. Wish me luck. Oh, it's doing it in reverse. Why is it doing it in reverse now? Excuse me, sir? What happened to my sequencer is the exact same. So whatever I did here when I connected it to this other one, it's now getting confused. That's very interesting. So that basically like reversed everything. So let's get rid of that whole situation. Oh, I think I know what's reversing everything because I still had the switch on. Okay. So let me see here. Let's get the timer back in. I mean, I still wasn't seeing the message, so I don't think this is the money, but doesn't hurt to try. Let's do a 2-second delay again. I feel like the delay has to be fairly long. You need to be like inside the vessel. Let me get in. Nothing. Unfortunate. I don't know what is not triggering it. Now let's try your option, putting it on the seat. Take that off that. Run it through a seat event gate. So you need another event gate for this. And we're just going to run it through the seat. And we'll still run it through the timer. Yeah, we'll still run it through the timer. We'll just do that. And then get the seat. And go into the seat. Right there. We can do here. Player is seated. Or on seat. That could work. Alright, let's see if that works. So, go like here. It's kind of like Subnautica, you know, like how the submarine welcomes you back. So, yeah! Okay, so the seat seems to be the ticket. There it goes. And then you could do another one here, because you can keep expanding this. It could be like, and then just add another one here, reset it 0.5, and make this one, you'd have to have another event gate because this would be on player exit. And then you just run it through another timer. Actually, I think it could, no, it couldn't share this timer. So you just basically need to double it up. Because you can keep connecting the seat to other event gates. So now this one is on player exit. Run it through there, run it through there. So this one is going to have a delay of only 0.5. Yeah, it looks like having to link it to the seat seems to help. Okay, so there we go. Got that. And then it's gonna welcome me when I get in. Go ahead and close that. Alright. And then when we get out, good luck out there, Captain. There you go, it works. See? Alright, so that's a nice little example. I mean, it's not super compact, but I mean, it works. That's kind of how you do the message system and stuff, though. And of course, so you could change this if we wanted to. So you go, where's my, there it is. greater than, and then go color. Oh, color equals green, and then close it. There you go. Now the text will be green. Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy if it actually talked to you. Um, that would probably jump scare me at some point. Green, close it off. There you go. And you can even add a little icon here. All you have to do is like do sprite and then choose your icon. Kind of like whatever that is. So if we go another one and then add sprite equals 187, close it. There you go. So now it's going to show that sprite at the start. So greater than sprite equals 187. Close it. There it is. So now when we do it, it's going to be customized. And of course we could scale the text or whatever. There you go. And we close this. Yippee, it works. Get out. Look out there. There it goes. All right. Turned out nice. So that's the 3 cockpit examples done. Now I'm going to start working on a little bit of door examples because they are the same. They kind of echo the cockpit examples. Let me get the blast door because that's going to work pretty well for this. Let's just replace... I need the laser sensor. We'll replace that. So let's get a blast door set up here. We're gonna probably want to put some distance. Yeah, it opens this way. It still phases through. Let's mount it sideways, because then it will go through the floor then. Wah. Oh, I don't have it touching the ground. Let's just do it like this. There we go. Yeah, that works. Opens up. Alright. So this one will, of course, do the stages for the door stuff too. So we'll just start with the basic switch on both sides to activate the door. We'll do the logic, I guess, on this side wall. Once again, a very simple one. You literally just need a logic gate, timer. The timer is just to stop from spam and the thing breaking. So we'll just run it through there. Do that. Do that. Oh. Zor. Turn that off. Alright. And then we're just going to run this straight into the blast door. Put that timer on 0.3. There you go. It's a simple door. You go through, and you hit the button again, it will close. Simple as that. Okay. So there's that. I mean, you could of course press F on the door to interact with it. I mean, but I mean, this would work for any kind of system. You could use it to like a piston. And I guess I could have the piston door example too. The blast door might be a bad example since you can already just interact with it. All right, so how about we do the laser door? Okay, let's do the volumetric laser door. Let me get rid of the copy paste there. And we'll get a new copy paste of this door and its logic. I don't think I'm going to have the button. Yeah, it's going to have all this other stuff, but it won't have the button, it looks like. Okay, so I need the other button right here. Actually, we could probably just do the volumetric sensor version. But I think laser would be good too. That would be like the third variant. So we could probably do the volumetric sensor for this one. Probably would want the volumetric sensor just chilling up here. We're gonna have to adjust it. So let's just initially zero out all of our negatives because those are the ones that can be annoying. All right, we're gonna go 1. Is that forward? Yeah, it's forward. So let's go 3 there. That is forward. 1 here. Actually, we'd want 3 going both ways because you want to be able to access it. Oh wait, no, not 3 up. Go 0 on that one. And then we can go -1. Yeah, there we go. So now we need to go. Let me see. Would it be this one? No, that's the sideways. So this is pretty good, other than... Now that's good for that. I just need the length longer on the backside. Oh, whoops. Wrong way. I think -3. Yeah, there we go. That's how you do it. So we gotta have that first value is 3 and -3. And now it can reach both sides when you get close to the door. And then I guess just simply run this through the volumetric sensor. You don't even really need logic for this, to be real. It's because now it'll just do this. You just go up to it, opens, go away from it, closes. I mean, pretty straightforward. You don't even really need anything. I'd say put probably a timer on it. That would be probably a good idea. So this one doesn't even need logic. It's just literally the volumetric sensor and this timer block. So get out of here. You don't even need buttons. Button free. This is super sci-fi. The volumetric sensor is pretty powerful. I don't know why people don't do more doors with this thing. So put that into the timer gate. Put it on like an 0.5 before it activates. Or no. Yeah, I guess 0.5 is good. That might be a bit too much. Ooh. Oh no, I broke it. Let me see. Yeah, so maybe don't run it through a timer gate. Just literally just always run it straight through. Because it looks like running it straight through works, but not running it straight through is not working. It's just about getting your volumetric box type big enough. So we could make this even tighter. You can make it where the door opens when it gets to these points. So now you have to have the volumetric sensor out to see the box. You actually have to have one in your hand. But yeah, so you can make it closer. So now we have to get closer to the door before it opens. Okay. Yeah, so that works. And I think you can do 0.5 intervals. So we could go minus 1.5. Oh, wrong way. Minus 1.5. And then 1.5. Let's see if that works. It does. Oh, wait. No, I accidentally think I did something. Oh, yeah. You definitely can't do the, you can't do the intervals. So you can make it really close. You can't do halves. You can only do... So I think 2 is probably better, honestly. Because having a little bit of run up before the door opens is probably nice. So we'll go 2. And that should be good. So that's 2 examples of the door. And that should be good. This one's actually elevated a little bit. Nice. There's also the laser, but the volumetric sensors is probably more efficient than the laser, I'll be real. I mean, there's not really a point to use the laser if the volumetric sensor works so well. So there's a couple of the door examples. Now I should probably do a door example that actually has logic to it. So something maybe on a sliding rail. So for this one, we're basically going to create a place for the door to slide into. And then we need to embed the sliding rail in. Probably just to right there. So let me get this tighter, I guess. All right. Oh man, I didn't go all the way back. Oh well. Does it really matter? Let's see. So maybe I should put it one block closer just so it lines up on that. Could you do the sliding rail from the top or the bottom? The sliding rail would probably be, like I say, the easiest method. Because using the pistons, I mean, you can use, of course, the pistons and the rotors and all that other stuff. We'll just use this. So there we go. Have it come here. And then let's get a little bit of a ramp. Gotta have at least a little bit of aesthetics to this, eh? There we go. Congratulations. Made a door. Here, let's just put a wedge here. Boom. It works. Could I just like copy this? Oh, I could just look at the values on the volumetric sensor and literally just copy it that way. So just pop you there. And you have -2, -1, 0. -2, -1, 0. And then you have 2, 0, 2, 2, 0, 2. There it is. Oh, well. Maybe a little off. There we go. Yippee! And then this one just simply works the same way. I mean, it's literally just the same kind of concept. You're just putting it into the sliding rail. But this one's going to do it opposite unless I map it differently. So this one I would have to run through an event gate. Oh wait, what if I just have it starting this way? Ah, dang it. It didn't work. Let's see if we can just not trigger it. Let me see. Close it. Dang it. Yeah, we have to hook this one up to an event gate, I think. Wait. No, dang it. Yeah, it's going in reverse. So I think we gotta run this one through an event gate. So do that. And then we gotta run it through a timer. Possibly? Let's just try event gate first. Then the timer. Yeah, I guess player inside the field. We'll activate that. See, it opened up again. And it's closing. Why is it doing it opposite? Oh, wait, I know how to fix this. We just need logic. Just need a logic block. So I just need to reverse the signal, which would be run a ordinary logic block, and we want this to be activate and let's just experiment with some of these. I think it might be that last one, but I'm not sure. We'll run that through there, run it into here, and we're just going to keep changing options until I get where the door just stays closed, which I think it might have been just simply that. Nope, it's not working at all now. Oh, no, it's going in reverse again. Okay. So let's see if we reverse the signal. Let's do NOR. There we go. Yep. So you got to run it through a NOR. So for even the sliding rail, it is not so simple, straightforward. There's more to it. Okay, well that works. Get our little platform there. There you go. Guess we could do a thing here and just kind of fill that in. I really gotta use the restroom real quick, guys, so I will be right back. I've been drinking coffee already today and it's kind of running through me. Be real quick. I'll be like probably like 3 minutes, maybe less. BRB. Sorry about that. Oh, when you gotta go, you gotta go, you know? I do have to work today, but it's pretty early in the morning, so we still have plenty of time to work on things. I want to keep adding more logic ideas to keep suggesting to people here. So we have that door going now. So let's get a second row of new things. Let's do the piston elevator. That's fun. We'll do some elevator um, ideas. So we'll just go ahead and center that piston off there. Make a little platform on top of it. Oh, let's just lower that. Oh, actually made it a little bit too long. We'll just do it this way, the opposite side. All right, cool. And let's make an elevator shaft. You gotta have the aesthetics. Or is it really an example? We'll make this one higher. Oh, we actually got to bring it over one more here. Gotta always make sure we're connecting to the piston. Alright, then we just need a wedge ramp here in the front. Oh, we might want to use the bigger grid. Actually, I don't think the bigger grid would line up. Now I think about it. So we would want to use the smaller grid. So let's just do it kind of like this. There we go. And then for the hell of it, I could just put some little wedges here on the edges. There we go. Elevator. Alright, and then we'll just go ahead and put a flat top here. And of course, this elevator system, I can just keep copy pasting this too to have the different elevator ideas, which there's only just a couple here really. Go ahead and add the second level block line. Let's go up 12. And then I'll just go ahead and I guess close off the top here. Actually, with that block, that would block, I think. We need to do it with a single layer. Let's just go ahead and get it. Oh yeah, the whole thing about the not far enough length for the small blocks. There we go. Could always just keep that open at the top. Yeah, we'll go ahead and close it. All right, there we go. Elevator created. I just need to add some little wedges right here. Boom. All right. Maybe actually the wedges we don't want because we need to have the button. So we could just do welcome back. I'm just working on elevator concept ideas now. I was working on some doors. I got like the volumetric door example. Have the normal switch door, the basic one where you can just activate the switch from both sides, and then I have one on a sliding rail, the sliding rail example. And now I'm going to the elevator examples. I'm just starting with the ordinary, you got an elevator, you can call it to you or call it from the top floor. And that's really all there is to it on this one. You just got to run it through a logic gate, just a simple single logic gate. So let's run it through here. And we, of course, just use the XOR again. And then we just got to connect the buttons in. Simple as that. And I can just copy paste this elevator shaft so you don't have to rebuild it every single time. There we go. So we have the call button, and you can, of course, have unlimited buttons. So let's put a back wall to the elevator so you can have an elevator, like a button to actually start the elevator. Oh wait, that would block me off. Let's put it on the side. There we go. And then this would just make the elevator go up and down. So we can call the elevator, and then you can go up and down while you're on it. So let's see. I think I might need to make the piston longer. But let's see. Yep, I gotta make the piston go up higher. So let's try 3. Not quite. 4. 4 is too much. Let's try 3.75. 375 seems to be right. Yep. What about 370? What would 370 look like? $370 is better. So how about 365? It's how many days there are in a year. Oh yeah, 365 is good. Maybe 362. We'll go 362. Yeah, it's pretty much perfectly lined up now. All right. So we have the elevator, which can go up and down. Yep, yep, yep. We could send the elevator up. I can call it back to me. You can get on it. Send it down. Or you can call it. So it's up here. Then we can call it back down. There we go. Simple as that. All right, so there's an elevator. And that's a pretty basic elevator, but I mean, the idea is fairly basic itself. So let's go ahead and grab all of this. Oh, I need to go further over. Just go all the way to the end there. Boom. All right, we'll just copy paste this elevator. You just put these right against each other, honestly. We'll just put it like right Give it like a 1 block space. There we go. Second elevator. And it has already all the logic and everything into it. I believe so. Oh no, I didn't get the piston. No, mission failed. All right. Dang it. I didn't actually get the piston. But this is the cool thing about copy paste on a robotic piece. If you have something on a robotic piece, all we have to do is simply get we just need to get this bottom layer here and only get the piston. Trying to get it. I'm getting it on the wrong axis. That's the problem. It's not far enough down, so I'm not able to grab it. Would I have to go from this bottom edge? I feel like that would be a little weird. Thing is, this would be upside down then. Just finding it weird. Yeah, it only is grabbing the piston from right there. So yeah, I mean, I could put it in, but it would be upside down. See what I mean? That doesn't work. Do I have my box delete still on the bar? No. I guess I could just simply make the elevator again. Alright, let's make the elevator one more time. At least I don't have to make the shaft again. The shaft was the annoying part. Oh, I should have elevated this piston a little bit, because then we could actually copy paste it. Because that's the problem, is it wasn't high enough up. It was 1 block too low. So the copy paste tool isn't grabbing it when I grab that whole other layer. That is the issue. All right. So now we have the piston back. In this one, I want to have the volumetric sensor call the elevator to whatever floor you want to go to, but also have the ability to use the elevator when you're in it. So this one would have a button and then 2 volumetric sensors, one at the top and one at the bottom. And you could do this with a laser sensor too, but I think the volumetric sensor just works better for this kind of thing. So we'll go ahead and embed this one into the base. And we're of course going to have to adjust it a little bit. Actually, not really. That should be fine. And then this one up here, we'll just put it into the ceiling. See, so that's honestly fine. I think that's going to detect you either side. I don't really need to customize this one much. And then, would I want to run it through the timer gate? Probably not. We can just run it straight through the logic, I believe. I need a new logic piece. And then we have this on the third option. Oh, we will need the event gate. The event gate. That is necessary. So run the volumetric sensor through the event gate, both of them. I could put them both in the same event gate. No, I cannot. Okay. So we need 2 event gates here. Being that they're 2 different components, that's why I can't run them through the same event gate. components usually can't stack into those. All right. And then both of these would go inside of the logic gate. Yeah. And then the logic gate, oh wait, connect the volumetric sensor. Yeah, so all that's in. And then the button for the actual elevator switch needs to be put in. Okay. So let me see if this just automatically calls it. I see I might need to put the timer in between. Or I could just do, oh, I think I need to run it through possibly an OR gate. Yeah. So we got to switch the type of gate. We need to link these through a timer. So run that through a timer, run that to here. This would be, or I would say, yes, basically. I think. And then we run this one, then run this one. Yeah, and that's running into the timer gate. And then the timer gate runs into the logic. And the logic moves the piston. We never had the logic connected to the piston. That's why it didn't work before, I don't think. And there it goes. Oh, yeah, I didn't have the piston set up correctly. 3.63. 3.63. All right, so now... Okay, so yeah, there we go. Oh, wait, no. Now, so you don't want the secondary sensor to be going into that. We need... So, oh yeah, I think, and all inputs are active, nor. Let's see if the X, no. Okay. So that might have worked. So there we go. We get in, go up. Okay. And it's not going back down. Oh yeah, it's not going back down because I'm standing here. Okay, so let me test it. So it went back up. And then if I come over here, is it going to go down? Okay. So it came back to me. And we activate the button. Okay, so that's weird. It's doing that one step where it's like hesitating. All right, then if I was to fly away from it. Okay, it went back down. And if I come back. Okay, so the elevator is working. To go up, you just have to hit the button. Okay, so that comes here. And then it defaults to down. And then we walk up to it. Oh, dang it. So when we walk up to it, it's because of the switch. Because the switch is, oh, maybe it should be just a button. Oh, maybe a button that goes into a timer that activates a switch. I don't know. A lot of times people do buttons. Okay, so now without the button there, what's going to happen now? So it's going up, and then we go up to it. Does it come back down? Okay, so it's coming back down. But when we're on it, how should I activate it? Should I activate it with a third volumetric sensor that's just really small? Maybe that's the key. Have three, or maybe just use the laser sensor. So let's just use the laser sensor, and then it detects me when I am inside the laser sensor. I think that might do it. We need a third event gate, though. This is a lot of experimentation, guys. I'm learning as I'm trying to make a tutorial for someone. Wonderful. This is how you make tutorials, guys. You learn as you go. Experiment until you get it working. Alright. So now I'll run this through the whole system. So wait, maybe we should do it like that. Array length. Okay. And then is detecting player. Oh, detected distance. That's cool. You can actually do detected distance. Yeah. Alright, so it's running away from me again. Alright, there we go. Ah, damn it. Don't run away from me. Come back. Okay, so I'm going to walk up to it. It's going to come down. I get in. I pass the laser sensor. It came up. It's going to go back down. I come up to it. I come up to it. Hello? Oh no, the laser sensor. Oh, I think it might be detecting the... Wait, is it detecting the wall? On player enter... Okay, so how about we do it like this? Alright, so it's going to come back down. It's going to come back down. I cross through the laser sensor. So I need to have this on. How about we put this at 1? There we go. Now I leave it. Okay. Now we go away from this. Okay, so it came up to me when I... Okay, so now the top volumetric sensor is doing the opposite of what it's supposed to do, which is interesting. So I might need to turn that through a reverser due to the laser sensor. Okay. Well, wonder why this ended up reversing itself. Player side field. What do I have this connected to? Did I not reconnect it back to the logic gate, the logic loop? That could be possibly why. Oh no, it's in the logic loop. I think keeping it on a simple OR. Okay, so that comes to me here. Then I leave. It goes back down. So that's just going to... It's going up and down. So we can't have the bottom volumetric sensor on that. It has to be on a different logic gate. So the bottom sensor is this one right here. So this bottom sensor has got to be on its own gate. And this one's got to be... Yeah. Possibly. I think that might have did it. Alright, so we get in. We pass the laser sensor. It goes up. Oh, it's going up and down because of my jetpack. I need to put maybe the laser sensor higher. Okay. It's not knowing what it wants to do. Dang, man. Come on. The elevator with the sensor is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I'm sure there's a simpler way to do this, but yeah, it's reversing again. See, it's wanting to activate immediately, so I need to run it through a timer. I don't think I have any choice there because it's wanting to activate it immediately. So run it through a timer on like a 2-second delay. All right. There we go. There we go. Now let's see what happens. Activate if all inputs are inactive. So what if we did 2 XNOR gates? Oh, that doesn't seem to work either. That just also reverses it. Go back to the OR gate. Okay, and that came back down. Oh, I have no clip on. That's a problem. Alright, so it came back down. Go in it. Come out. Let's get away from it. Alright, alright, alright. It was working. Back to it. It comes back to us. We passed the laser. We passed the laser. Okay, so the laser is not returning us back down. Oh. Because I was hoping the laser would also trigger and then send it back down. So we can get it to come back and forth. But in the end, I think I'd still have to hit a button or something to get it. So we can get it to activate going up there. But it won't do anything going back down. So that means the laser sensor needs more to it. This ended up being a little bit more complex than I thought it would be. So yeah, that goes through this one. So all of that is fine. It's the laser sensor that I need to figure out, which is right here. And I think it's detecting detected distance. Superior equal. Value threshold. 1. Maybe 0.5. Let's just experiment with this. Okay. It's not activating. Can you actually trigger it? No. Alright. So that goes, bring it back down. Oh, changing the laser sensor did not seem to, the system did not like that. Input. Oh, wait. You can change it to a pulse. That, I think, is the ticket. Alright, bring it back down. I think we need to pulse it. There we go. There we go. Then we go. Damn it. It's not going back down from the laser sensor. Would I need a secondary one? Why? Oh, it's because this volumetric sensor, this one is still here holding me up. So I gotta make this. I know what I need to do. This volumetric sensor needs to be set up differently. where it's not detecting the inside of the elevator shaft because it's detecting me. The laser sensor is detecting me. So both things are detecting me at the same time, creating an issue. So I need to make it where this volumetric sensor on the top is just doing this area. That is the problem. I believe that is our entire issue. I just had a eureka moment with that. I looked up at the volumetric sensor and I was like, wait a second. So if we go -2, so yeah, now it's going this way. Then -2. Then -2 here. I mean, that kind of works. Okay. 1. Yeah. So I think that was our ticket right there. All right. So now, in theory, it should work. We fly up to it. We go up to it. The elevator comes to us. Yes, it's working. It's working. It's working. It's working. It was the volumetric sensor. All right. I pass the laser sensor. It activates, sends me down. All right. And then it comes back. So it came back. Activate the laser sensor. I'm up. And then back down. And then, oh, it went back up. Will it come back? Yep. Nice. We got it working. Okay, so I figured it out. It was the volumetric sensor at the top that was stopping it. It was stopping it from going back down because of that. It was still in the box. I was still standing in the box because the box was too big. All right, so the timer delays are kind of unnecessary. Which one is this timing delay? So I think the timers are unnecessary. Am I running all 3 through the timer? Nah, just that one. So let me see here. Alright, came up to me. Get in. Immediately goes up. Get in. Immediately goes down. Alright, so the issue we're having here, I keep going through the laser sensor. So you'd probably want... Wish you could make it wider. Can it scale? That's something I didn't think about. It's spamming like crazy. No, the laser sensor. I mean, I think I could change the grid size. No, it's the same size. So honestly, maybe all 3 having volumetric sensors. No, you wouldn't want to do a volumetric sensor here. The laser is the best method, it seems like. You kind of see it's just going back and forth now. Alright, so let's stick with the laser. And I think I should probably adjust the volumetric sensor down here or make sure that the box isn't too big. Just so it isn't, I know it's not interacting with the top level. Which it kind of is. Okay, so that is also part of the reason. Because the volumetric sensor is interacting. Yeah. So... Yeah, I think 1 because we wouldn't want to back to it. Yeah, there we go. And then we need to go up. Yeah, so it would be like that. So let's go 2. Yeah, and that puts the front wall right there. Okay, I'm starting to understand these volumetric sensor setups a lot more now. And then this one would be also 1. Yeah. That is the box kind of thing we want. Just this front edge needs to just be 2. Yeah. Wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong sensor. I made it too wide, or not wide enough now. 0. Yeah, so I need to make it -1 going that way. Yeah, we need to go 1 more layer forward. 3. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So now let's try it with this volumetric sensor setup. Should come back to me. Oh, dang it. All right. Dang it. Oh, it's because I had the jetpack on. All right. So, it's doing that thing again. It's going up, down, up, down. I think it's because I keep triggering the laser sensor. But this is the thing. You shouldn't have to stand in just like one spot to make it work. Is it going to come back down? So I might have made this volumetric sensor too small now. Okay, so it's came back to me now. Oh, it's because I was outside the box. Why is it working in reverse again? Why? Why is it in reverse again? So I'm running it through the timer, and that's running through this gate. I'm running through that gate. That's the ore. What if I run this one also through the ore gate instead? I feel like I had it, but something happened. I broke it when I started changing the volumetric sensor. Oh wait, it was coming back. Okay. Oh, for a second. I feel like I had it set up correctly. What happened? Was it me replacing the laser sensor? Possibly, maybe? So let's change that back to this. Maybe this should be Zor still. What up? How's it going? I'm pretty good. I'm working on some experimentation with logic designs for the ultimate tutorial video. Okay, came back. And then we're going up with the laser. Oh, come on. The laser just can't decide what it wants to do. Why is it going back and forth and back and forth? That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. We walk through the laser sensor. The laser sensor is just not... Let's turn it off a pulse, because I think having it on pulse might be the problem. think what's happening is it's pulsing and it's messing it up. All right. Wait, no, wait. No, no. No, come on. Come on. Now we're stuck in the elevator. Okay. The laser sensor is acting very weird. Okay. I think we need to run it through a timer because it's activating constantly. That is the issue. It keeps just activating over and over again. So we need to run this through a timer first with a delay. So we have to have 3 timers? I feel like one of these timers is unnecessary, and I don't know which one it is. Because it's never fun to make things too complex, or more complex than they need to be, to make it work. Let's put this on a, like, 3-second delay. So it, like, takes a second before it activates, or maybe like a 1-second delay. Okay. So let's give it a delay. Alright. I come up to the elevator. Comes down to me. I go through the laser sensor. Okay, so 1 second is probably not enough delay. I think I need to make it like 5 seconds. Because it's activating again in that 1 second. So about like 6 seconds. Alright, I come up to it. Oh, come on. Come on now. Come here. Thank you. Alright, I went through it, but it takes like 6 seconds to start, so that's the problem. And then it would be, oh, it's doing it again. So now it's doing, it's just freaking out when it gets to the top now. What is going on? Do I have to have, I think maybe it is important having timers set up for all 3. Because they need to have delays or else something bad happens, basically. They don't like it. So what am I running that other timer through? Am I not running it through the timer anymore? I stopped. I think that was our issue. Is when I stopped running through the timer. Wait, did I connect the timer into the logic gate? That was our problem. The logic gate needs to connect into the timer. Backwards. And then the event gate that is connected to the top. I had this wired up wrong. Event gate connected to the top needs to not be connected directly to that, but connected through this. Oh wait, yeah, so that is right there, but the timer needs to go directly into the volumetric sensor. No, that wouldn't be right. So the logic, yeah, so that wouldn't work. What am I doing wrong here? I did have it set up right. Maybe, okay, so not like this. Go like this, through the timer, through the logic gate, and then this logic gate activates this logic gate. Could that be the conundrum? Alright. So let me see what it does now. We go up to it, and it's leaving us. Nope. I think I might have just reversed the wiring again. Oh, hell. Did I mess up the wiring again? I feel like we should just start from scratch here and then just reset this up. I've made it too crazy. Alright. So we have our volumetric sensors. Let's just get our boxes. But I want this to be something that makes sense and is easy and functional, so people aren't struggling with making this themselves. It would be worth actually looking how other people do elevators, like automatic elevators, automatic call ones. So the box is kind of stretching out here and going into the elevator room a little bit. So let's see here. So we know we need the event gates for the volumetric sensors and the laser sensor. We know we need 3 event gates. That is something that has been established. So that reads there. You read the laser beam. And then you read... Oh wait, I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. Wrong direction, wrong direction. That last one needs to come from that to it. Okay. So player inside field, detecting player, probably do... I think the pulse is probably better when we run it. And there's also the pulse on the rising edge too. Okay. So we know we need to run the laser through a timer gate. Seems like that is something that's been established. And it needs to be on like a 5-second delay, or no, maybe like a 3-second delay. So let's run that into the timer gate. We need the logic gate that activates everything. And we'll just put it over here. And then this one... Would it be... I think it is XOR. And then these ones would just go straight in without a gate. And then that goes into the piston. Alright. I go up to it. Comes down. I go through the laser. Oh, great. It's doing that again. Why is it going back down? Okay, so setting up the logic gate with X. That is not the ticket. Just try the ordinary OR gate and see what happens. Okay, can you come back, please? Alright, now it's doing the opposite thing again. It's wanting to go the opposite direction of where I am, basically. So that means it's reading... The bottom sensor needs to be reversed on its reading. That could be part of the issue. So run this one through another logic gate. Hopefully the elevator doesn't crush me. Please don't come down on my head. Alright. So run you through you. Then run through you. Or no, run... Yeah, we would run through this still. Possibly. But this one needs to be something else. NOR. I don't know if NOR would be the right one. Okay. Then we go through the laser sensor. The 3-second timer starts. Ah, come on. It immediately went back down. Okay, so the pulse is not the key. This... Turn this back to input signal. Alright, so We got the elevator coming back to us now. It's coming down to me. I go through the laser sensor. The timer activates. Okay. Okay. Promising. Promising. Let's get away from this thing. It's staying. I don't know how I feel about it staying. Okay, so let's try this. Let's see if we can call it. Call it down. Oh, I got too far. I need to make the box maybe bigger. Okay, so as soon as I walk away, it is going back up. It is wanting to default to being up. Meaning this logic block right here needs to have a different setting. This one needs to be, let's just try literally all of them. I'm going to try every setting. So that is not the one. XOR. Nope. Nor is I think what we were doing. So nor. All right. So nor still sending it back. How about and? Yeah, it's still sending it back no matter what. I mean, that could be okay that it sends it back, because then you always have access to both floors. Maybe we would want it like that. Having trouble naming your new ship? I like to use, I always have a system I like to use where it's like, I'll go XV dash number, and then do like Stargazer, just choose some random name, combine words together, like the Phoenix Edge, Absolution's Desire, the Wolf Spider, my last ship that I just made. I like to combine just random names together until I find something that sounds interesting to me, that, you know, the flavor text. Okay, so that's 2 elevator examples. I think this one works actually really well, and that's a lot more simple. There's no timer gates other than that one. So let's test it to make sure it works again. Walk up to it. It comes down to us. We go through the laser sensor. The timer activates on the laser sensor. Wish I could probably make it lower. We get out. It stays there until I leave. No, it just stays there forever. And then when we get in, the laser sensor activates again. Oh. When we get in, the laser sensor activates again. Oh, great. Now it's not going back down. I don't even know if I tested it going back down, did I? Oh, no. Oh, brother. Maybe it does have to be a pulse, but it has to be a pulse for a lot longer. Oh, wait a second. That might be this. That might be the ticket. We just make a really long pulse. I think that might be it. So it came down to us. We go, and that means for 5 seconds it will work. All right. All right. And now for 5 seconds it should work. Nope. It's not going back down. That's the problem. The laser sensor. It's not activating it. I mean, there could be an opposite laser sensor, but that wouldn't work. So we're still having an issue, and it's with the laser sensor now. Is detecting a player. How about detect percentage detected distance? Superior and 20. Let's just play around with some different options here. Alright, so now it's really not coming back down. Hello? Okay. Okay. That's somewhere. Can we go back down though? Come on. Oh man. Another idea. I have an idea. What if, instead of running it straight through the logic, we run it through a switch? And then it goes to the timer, goes through the switch, and the switch activates the logic loop. Okay. And let's put it back to where it was. Detecting player. Okay. So now it should flip the switch. Oh god, it's going back down again. There it goes. Alright. Flip the switch, Jeeves. It's not flipping the switch again. Come on, flip my switch again. It's not reflipping the switch. Or is it reflipping the switch? Okay, so it flipped the switch there. What if we only have like an 0.03 point delay on it? Maybe it should be a button that gets... Oh, let's try a button that gets held on a pulse. That could be another thing. I'm just experimenting with all kinds of ideas until something finally works. I felt like we were on the right track and now we're starting to get derailed again. Alright, so let's try... Let me just get rid of the throttle lever for now. Let's try, instead of a switch, we're going to use a button. Okay. And then this is going to be on a signal pulse for whatever 6 seconds. It activates on the timer. Yeah, so the timer waits for 1 second after you're in the elevator, activates the button activates the logic loop. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, this is fun though. Like, I'm having fun trying to learn this. Okay, bring the elevator back to me. Keep it down. We get in here. It holds the button. Okay. Alright, so that half worked. It should be, in theory, holding the button right now, which is not bringing it back. So I think the ticket is it needs to be in a different logic loop than that. What if we tried putting it into this logic loop? Okay. It's going to possibly activate. No, I think it needs its own logic. Oh, wait, no, it's going up. Okay. Okay, that's one step. I need you to go down, please. Please. Please work. Oh, dang it. I think it needs its own logic block. What? Now it worked. It's because the volumetric is affecting it. It's holding it in place. Okay. Let's run this through that, through this. I think really it needs to be or, honestly. Oh, oops. Hit F5 when I was halfway through the ground. Oh, did I reverse it again now? Oh, there it comes. Okay. Activate the loop. Okay. Okay, we're up here. I don't know. Would each floor need its own circuit? Probably. I'm almost curious to go look at the Starliner and see how the elevator's done in that auditorium. I'm sure it's far more complex than this, but I am curious what I am doing wrong. The laser sensor doesn't seem to work very well for this kind of situation. I feel like the volumetric works a lot better. I'm just trying to use the two combined together, but I feel like having a volumetric sensor that is perfectly the size of the elevator, like the elevator room, would be probably your ticket. And then you want a volumetric sensor that is only for this doorway, only for that doorway, because the laser sensor is just not cutting it. I don't, something, it's all in the laser sensor that we're having issues. It just doesn't, oh god, accidentally deleted that. It just doesn't seem to interact the way I want it to. Okay, so let me delete the logic for the laser loop. And then this stuff is still connected in. Yeah, so this loop needs to stay. That is just a OR gate. Yeah, and that's the one that goes into that. Okay, so let's shift this up to compact this down some. Okay, so you're gonna go here. You're a OR gate, and you're gonna go right there. So that goes into that. That goes into that. That goes from the volumetric sensor into the event gate. Okay. So we have half the system is working, and then the other half is not so much working. Now it's not wanting to come back again. Wonderful. I might have I mount that piece possibly to the wrong thing. I've screwed up the elevator even more now. We might have to restart from scratch again. Oh, brother. The elevator with a volumetric sensor, I still don't quite fully understand it. I feel like we had it working, like almost perfectly at one point, and then we started derailing at some point, and it just got worse and worse. The issues never got better after that. Well, I mean, we have the basic elevator working. The basic call it to you, you get in it, you go down, and you could have multiple buttons. I mean, you could do multi-floor stages pretty easily with this because the XOR logic is like infinitely expandable. I need to think about that more though. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so give me 1 sec. I'm gonna use the restroom again, and then we're gonna go back and try one last time to see if we can make maybe using 3 volumetric sensors to make it work. And if not, I'll probably move on from that idea until I understand it more and work on some other logic ideas, because there's more different types of logic I want to show off in the video other than elevator. So BRB, guys. I'll be like 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll do it. Uh, just an idea for one. Two, I'd really like to see if you can do like the landing gear doors need speed swapped around. Don't get collision. Oh, I mean, you could use the volumetric sensor where it detects the ground and it will deploy your landing gear before you get too close. That could be one way you could do it. The volumetric sensor is pretty powerful. It's just about setting it up right. Alright, let's try this one more time. I got somewhat of an idea. Okay, I think I think I just might have figured out part of our problem. The box is going into... It's going into there. I don't want that. I need the box to not do that. So 0, that. No, not that. So 2. No. So minus 2 to go across. Or no, -1 to go across. And then one of these needs to be like 2. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I did it. So that stops it from going into the elevator shaft. Okay, so setting up the volumetric sensors correctly is definitely important. So if we do, yeah, so 3 on the front, 2 on the back. So you can see the box there. It's not going into the elevator shaft again. And then this one is not going into the elevator shaft either. So now they aren't blocking, because what was happening, I think, is with detecting me in here, causing issues. Yeah, I have a feeling that was probably our problem. I didn't even have the box fully set up right. Unfortunate. Alright, so let's get the 2 volumetric sensors hooked up again. That'll be that one. And then this one up here. Run that through the logic gate. Do I want to maybe do it? Just keep it right there. Let's just do it like this. Keep the logic gate kind of separated out. Run those through that. Run this. Now let's see if the OR will just work here. It just works. Probably not. Yeah, it's gonna do the opposite thing again. Alright. So let's try and. Which means, I think that means both of them need to be activated for it to work, so and will not work. So let's try it. XOR. Yeah, and that wouldn't work either, because that's for multiple inputs. So it would be possibly NOR. That could be it. Alright, and then I would need a... I have an idea. Okay, I have an idea. What if I just had a button in the elevator on a pulse that sends me up? Because I don't want the switch, because if the switch stays on, then the system breaks. It needs to just be temporarily activated. So we are going to run this through on a pulse. Could I actually put a button through an event gate? I don't even know if that's a thing. I don't even know if this would be a necessary thing. I think running it through a timer gate would be the better option. But timer gate just delays it. That isn't actually going to do anything for us. So how about... Let me try running this. No, yeah, of course. You can't put it through an event gate. You can do it the other way around, which is weird. Because this isn't compatible with an event gate. Event gates can't do anything with a button. Alright, so let's try a logic gate. Oh, damn. So possibly doing that. Logic gate with an OR. Oh, wait a second. Now what's it doing? Okay, now it's doing the opposite thing going this way. It's not coming back to me. But it did go up. Why'd it go up? Why is it deciding to go up? Because I'm getting out of the volumetric sensor. Okay. So I think I'm starting to understand this, how this is working. So let's not do this. Let's get rid of the button thing and just try to do it with the volumetric sensors, because I think I have an idea of how this will work. It just keeps going back and forth. So it needs to be 2 different logics. The bottom logic is fine. The top logic needs to change. So this one is good. Or no, that one is good. This one is good. This one needs to go into a different logic block. It needs to run through the system differently. So this needs to come out of there. It needs to go into this. Then it needs to probably run through possibly a timer. So let's try it with the OR gate. Okay, that's going up. That's going back down. Why is it doing the whole up-down thing, freaking out at the top? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay. So let's keep adjusting this. How about the XOR? We're just going to keep experimenting. See what happens. Okay, it's still doing that thing where it's freaking out at the top. It's when I'm going through this volumetric sensor again. So it's definitely has to do with the logic in the top volumetric sensor that is screwing it. Okay, now it's not activating at all. Okay, so that isn't going to do it. How about and? And is also going to break it. X nor. I think possibly we need a timer. Okay, so let me run this with an OR and then run it through a timer so it has a delay, so it's not going to keep spamming back and forth like that. Give it like a 5-second delay. Now it won't immediately start going crazy when it gets to the top. Okay. So we go up. It chills. Okay. But it's still going back down when it gets to this point, and it won't come back up to me because this volumetric sensor is telling it to go back down. So something needs to change, like I say, in that logic block. If an even number of inputs. Let's try that. It's not going up. Great. So I think that also doesn't work. Put the timer gate on 2 seconds. Okay, so I definitely broke it again. How about and? Okay. Still leaving me. Is if I get far enough away from it, it comes back. See? It's doing the opposite of what I want it to do, to sum it up. That's the problem. How do I reverse it, though? Would it be XOR? I'm just experimenting through all these different logic combinations to see which one gives the correct effect. See, I just don't know why it's going back down. So turning it off on player entry ended up, of course, deactivating it. What if I set... Oh, I think I might have an idea. What if I set up this to a pulse instead? Wait a second. There's literally an inverted thing. What the? I didn't even see that button. Oh no. I didn't see the inverted. There's literally an inverted option. Oh great. There's literally an inverted option. I'm over here freaking out about this the whole time, and I'm pretty sure I just fixed it. Okay, it's staying up. Well, now it's staying up here. Wait, it's going back down. Wait, wait, wait. Wait, did we just do it? I think we just did it. Oh my god, I think I figured it out. Oh, it's not activating again. Great. Dang it. No! I thought I figured it out. What if we take the timer away? Run the logic through the... Let's try running it through the same logic again. And then seeing how that works. So this is the top one. Yeah. So the top one is going to run through the same logic loop again. We'll put it back into the main loop. We're just going to see what happens here. Okay. Okay. Alright, alright. We get in. Okay. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, come on. It's not activating again. Come on. Come on. You can do it. We might actually need the timer gate. It needs some kind of delay. I think it's breaking. What is breaking it? Inverted. Pulse it. How about we just pulse it, but invert pulse it? Let's see how that goes. Now that I figured out the invert, that changes things a little bit. Now it's not going up. Come on. Come on. Let me try resetting it. Okay, so now it's not activating at all. Which is odd. Wonder what I did. Okay. So we go in. Nothing's happening. Dang it. So that can't go into this logic block. It has to have its own logic block with a timer. I think that is essential to make this work. So this goes into here. This goes in there. That goes in there. All right. Oh God, we're doing this again, aren't we? Great. We're gonna start doing the going back and forth thing again, aren't we? Well, now it's doing this. It broke again, possibly? I think it just broke again. Let me see. There's gotta be a ticket to this. 1, 0. Let's do a 3-second delay. Change this to an XOR. Nothing. Nothing. All right, so keeping this on an input signal seems to be good. Keeping this on the OR seems to be all right. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Why isn't she working? No, my beautiful elevator. I'm gonna have to probably loop back to this idea because I seriously can't figure this out. I genuinely can't figure it out. What? I feel like I had it working for a second and then it immediately started breaking. I always feel like maybe doing an ABBA here might be a better idea, having it activate on a rotor system. Just gonna try connecting that back in. Last ditch effort. Take away the timer. See what happens. Still not doing anything. Try X. Okay. Wait, now it's doing this thing again. Oh, brother. Okay. So that was, I felt like almost our ticket, but this needs to be, I think, a pulse. And do it after 3 seconds. Or maybe it does need a delay, but XOR was possibly the key. Yeah, it's immediately sending it back down as soon as I end up in the box. So this needs to be an input, but the timer is definitely required. The timer seems to be like almost necessary. So how about we have like a 6-second delay on when it will allow it to activate. And let's see if that does it. Okay. It's going up. It's holding. Oh, it immediately went back down. Dang it. Okay. If I switch that back to normal and switch this to inverted, basically flip the scenario. Now what's going to happen? Okay, that definitely doesn't seem to fix the issue. Oh boy. The automatic elevator is not as straightforward as you would think. I thought this would be a really simple setup. I'm sure after I figure it out, I'm going to have a eureka moment and be like, oh my god, it was that easy. Why didn't I think of that? It's going to be one of those. I guarantee it. That's how it always ends up going. So, pulse seems to be better. How about pulse on a raising edge? Let's try this. Okay, that's still immediately activating it. More. Oh man, I'm just gonna have to wrap back to this, guys, because I genuinely cannot figure it out. I don't know what I'm doing wrong on when it comes to this elevator. This elevator is a fickle beast. Of course, now it seems to be working. What the hell? Come on, stop this. Stop playing with me like this. Oh my god. It's got to be this top volumetric sensor. It's the problem. Because as soon as I run into its box, it's like, nope. I have to be running into the box. It's how this volumetric sensor is set up, I think. So I think I need to bring... I need to bring this forward. That is not the ticket. So I think... No. So what if I did -1 on one of these? Okay. So that might be it. The other one. 0, -1. We're getting there. Okay. So no clip off. All right, it's still doing that. It'll come down to me here. Okay, so let's turn it off inverted. I feel like we're so close to having it. It feels like it's just out of reach. Turn it off a pulse. Put it back on input signal. I can almost taste it. Didn't think I'd be spending all this time on an elevator. Okay. Oh my god. Is it working? Is it working? Go back up. Please go back up. No, 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 no. Like Eddie Brock and Venom right now. Oh, come on. No. I thought it was I thought I had the moment. I was like, "Oh my god, is it finally working?" Nope. All right, I'm going to have to loop back to that idea. Ah, damn it. The volumetric sensor elevator is not an easy one. I'm going to delete this elevator. I'm nuking it from orbit. We have the first elevator, the basic elevator. Oh, that is so unfortunate. I'm gonna loop back around to that idea, and I'm gonna keep experimenting with that. See if I can figure it out, because I know there's a way you can do the automatic elevator, and I felt like I was so close to getting it. But I mean, I've been experimenting with that for upwards of 2 hours now. So, working on a singular elevator, sometimes you bang your head against a wall on a certain idea for so long, you need to take a step back and reevaluate it. So, nope, that elevator, I am definitely going to hold on that. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 examples so far. I kind of want to work on the ship for a little while. But the only issue is I gotta go to work here pretty soon. So, oh damn it, I don't even know if I have enough time to really keep streaming, to be able to do this. Because I'd like to keep working on the ship some more, a little bit, and then just wrap back around. Because I've been messing with this logic for so long, I'd like to take a little bit of a breather from it. I don't know. Let me see. How long has the stream been going? We're at 2 hours and 21 minutes right now. Yeah, I think I might have to wrap it up here, guys, because I'm gonna have to go get ready for work here soon, and I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to really grind away at the ship. I might be able to try to get the copy paste elements done. I'm gonna be streaming again tonight, I'd say. When I get off work, I'll probably hop back on and we'll keep working on some ideas. Probably working on the ship some, because I'd like to keep working on this design and getting that going. But I do appreciate you guys coming to hang out. I wish I could stream for longer right now, but like I say, work calls, the full-time job. I still gotta deal with the job. So I gotta go get ready for that. And sadly, I'm gonna probably think about more about these logic systems while I'm at work. Kind of brainstorm and try to figure out ways that I could get around the issues I've been having with that. But yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out. I will see you here a little bit later. Bye, guys. Have a good day.